Howdy all, this is Texas Gaming Industries here, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play Transport Fever 2 Premium Edition. In the previous episode, we take care of some of things, but one of the biggest things we took care of in the previous episode was basically upgrading our high-speed rail line and getting some new high-speed trains, which hopefully will improve our operations quite easily, because this train could go quite fast. Around 186 miles an hour, which is really good. Although I think we're gonna basically take care of fixing the track to make sure it at least goes 186 miles an hour. The track here is at 160. It needs to be 186 to be used. This also includes the tunnel, which is right here, that needs to be fixed because the track through this area is not really that great for speed. Because at this corner here, it's 161. So, we're just going to quickly pause the game for now, so I can start relaying the track. Trains really do go at high speed and not just above 100 miles an hour. Because if it's at that speed, then what is the point? So I'll have to basically fill in some gaps where the track bed used to be in order to fill it in. That might do it for now. Let's basically get started on laying down the new rails. I need to get at least 186 miles an hour. Alright. That is basically how far I can lay the track. Though, if I activate this, then it's going to require me to lay a bridge. And I don't want that. It will require something like this, but if it helps lay the speed going on this track, then I'm basically up for it. Then just have to basically do a full-on connection to this piece here. And basically convert this bridge again into an embankment. Connection here. And now we got a new line that basically is a lot faster. Although I want to basically fix this section here. So I'm gonna try basically smoothing the terrain as much as I can. Which, after we remove that, we'll make sure that the tracks look basically like they would appear in the real world. Though I'll have to install some new signaling on this line. Gotta just check on what signals I used. Yeah, I just used the standard stock signals. And there we go. Okay, that's one section done. Now, we'll just need to take care of another section that's been having a bit of a tight curve problem. I won't have to worry about this area because this is basically still part of the main line. Now, this area here, it does have good speed, but I really think it could use a bit of upgrade. So we're gonna basically start replacing the tracking in this area with a speed curvature that's basically at least 186 or I want my high-speed train to improve, I need to basically increase the speed. I'll then just basically flatten the terrain out a bit, and then we'll start laying down the track again. Let's see. 189. Alright, so this is much better. Of course, I'll have to set up some new signaling. There we go. Okay, so this selection of track is alright for now, along with this. However, the high-speed rail line has a bit of a problem with this curve. This curve is a bit too tight. This is only at 123, which is not gonna do. So, again, I'll have to delete this track, which is right near the new line that we have constructed in the previous episode to make our walk a lot faster. And then just see if we can make the curved track basically look good. Ooh, that does not look good, so I might have to do a realignment or change the bridge over the river. Now I just gotta basically place down another bridge over this. I'll have to probably use a more modern steel bridge. This one. That's 112 miles an hour, which is not gonna work. This one will work because it's at 199. Alright, this will do better. At least, the train will be able to basically attain its higher speed when cornering at this point. Though I'll have to basically also work on this section next. Let me see. Maybe if I take down the section slow, maybe I might be able to reconnect both of them with a single piece. I'll probably just leave the section here for the train coming into the station as, well, they will need to slow down anyway. Alright. Now with that out of the way, let's basically continue with the... Let's see if we can try moving this corner. That's 152. It's a bit of an improvement, but still not above to 186. Well, at least it's a lot better than basically being below 150. It's not much. I mean, it is kind of cool on how this big bridge basically spans over this area between the road and the main line. And I might as well get started on adding the signals back, because those signals were missing when I removed them. And I think that will basically do it for our high-speed line. At least it's improved somewhat, and just in time, as our new log train is finally heading onto the new spur line that leads to the lumber mill. No longer relying on this track to get to the said lumber mill, and directly right up underneath the new high-speed rail line. Well, the improved high-speed rail line, to be precise. The tracks still connect, well, geez, sometimes it's hard to actually find the right words. But according to most of the, let's see if we can improve some town growth somewhere. Black Diamond has yet to receive any gold shipments in a while. I was sure I sent a train that delivers them. Yeah, a train of gold products. Where on earth is that service? Oh, it's heading to Kingsburg North. And that train's supposed to deliver some gold bars. Where is that train? It's heading back to the Richland Exchange for gold bars. It's gonna be a while before they come in. Not to mention, the steam excursion actually has 35 passengers waiting? Oh, the steam excursion isn't making much money right now. It has been making money on a sort of a yearly basis, but because of all the trains blocking the main line, it's basically making it almost impossible to get this train to wherever it needs to go. And it has to rely on many of these other trains in front of it to clear the main before it can go anywhere. And my game is basically slowing down because I have set it to ×4 speed and my computer can't somehow handle this speed right now. Well, at least most of the towns still have a very good station rating. Although, I need to improve on the sound quality around Black Diamond and Lemonton. Whiskey also needs to have a look at too, because there's a lot of emissions, not just exhaust, but from the sounds. Which, because now that the towns have expanded quite a bit, the airport is basically quite a bit too close. Because if we lose emissions, this whole thing is causing a whole bunch of red. We'll need to start moving this. So we're going to delete the airport for now and re-establish it on the part of the map. And then just start relaying the road near the coal mine. Let's see. A bit ways out of town, but, however, it will basically prove itself in the long run. Ooh. Wait. Yeah, that'll do. I'm just gonna leave the medium street with a sidewalk for roads that for the airport, so people won't have to basically walk beside the road. now I have to set up a new bus depot. Well, a new bus stop. It basically reconfigured the routes for buses and for my airplanes. East Street. A bit farther away from town, but at least, however, it won't basically have any trouble. But now, airline B needs to... I need to basically set to this one. And why does it have... Oh. I set it for 3 instead of 2. So I'm probably gonna have to... Yeah. I'm just gonna probably leave it as it is. There. That should basically do it. Speaking of which, do I have any new airplanes that I can maybe replace? Passenger airplanes. This model is... Oh, this is the current model available as of now. Well, at least, however, with the new airport, I won't have to worry about emissions for what. Besides, with the emissions now basically taking place far out of town, there won't be a concern for noise. The only noise they'll basically get is from trains traveling into the city. Which, by the way, it will take a while for the emissions to basically simmer down, because, again, the emissions was around where the airport was at one time. But, again, this is also where the trains also came in as well. Okay. Well, the population is starting to grow, although traffic needs to basically be a bit improved, especially in town. I think I'll probably just improve this by adding a 4-lane road in town. Well, not a 4-lane road, but a 4-lane street. This will result in many buildings being demolished, but I could basically add a bus lane to keep my passenger buses off of the 2 middle roads reserved for cars. Yeah. Alright. Now my buses will have a good spot to be turned around, and these roads will basically not cause any trouble for my road vehicles. Although I think I might as well transform it back to a 2-lane instead. That is literally gonna lower the population, but it will basically improve overall in time. Okay, railcar B has pulled in. Still making a bit of a profit, although, let me see. Speaking of which, let's actually see the emissions. Okay, so basically these trains do bring in a lot of emissions, and the average is basically around here. But with the new airport out of the way, it should basically be a little bit better. Although people will have to use a bus, or though I think it might impact my profits for airplanes serving that town. Riverside, in fact, actually has so many goods coming in, but yet I have no service for delivering cigars into town. Well, let's see. The cigar factory is actually not too far away from the town, so I could send them in by road, or I could send them in by air freight. I think it's time to add a new service to deliver those cigars to town. Which, by the way, as to slow down time for a bit. Let's see. Lower Riverside. This is freight train TS11. So I'll need to set up a new service to supply it with cigars. Hopefully this will keep the town supplied and keep it growing. Let's see. Where is that cigar factory? It should be near, well, one of the towns on the electric track sections. Yes. By following this track to the left that splits off from the logging camp spur, it will take us to this cigar factory. We'll just fill it up with a full load. Let's see, what was the color for the TS service? TS11D. Freight train TS11D cigars. We'll just use this pinpoint icon to go straight back to, well, back to the station so I can add it there and just assign a train to it. Which I'm going to be sending it to track 1 here at Lower Riverside, so all the tracks will be used. And following this route, it will basically travel, let's see, I want to make sure it travels on a route where it does not basically get in the way of any other trains. Oh, it's definitely going to be using this freight bypass. That is for sure. Alright. The new service now has the right trackage. It should basically go this. That is, if the train travels on the two freight lines in the middle. Yes, yes it does. Good. Now let's head down to the freight depot and basically order ourselves a train for the cigar service. If I could just find where that depot is. Okay, let's basically see. It should basically showcase on where the depots are. Ah, Kingsburg Diesel Shops. If I can just get to there without the game lagging the heck out. Still, there are trains that are getting stuck behind others. I guess that's just because I have so many trains running, it starts to get a bit too much. Well, at least, however, this factory is now starting... Well, at least the separation plant is now starting work again. With the influx of water being delivered in from the new pumping works, well, the new pumping station, we can now at least start producing wastewater and sand to be used primarily in, well, making building materials at the recycling plant. Let's see. I think with the tight curvature, we'll probably just go for the GP38-2 again. We'll just select a car that picks up loads of cigars. We'll basically just have a combination of different freight cars on this train. We'll try to get this to basically fit. Alright. 440 units of cigars can be delivered. We'll add a caboose, purchase the train, and number 144, you will be assigned to delivering loads of cigarettes. Well, not cigarettes, cigars. And with that, I believe we basically have reached a good ending point for this episode. So, if you had enjoyed this episode of my Let's Play Transport Fever 2, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries for new video uploads every Friday or Saturday, depending on my outside schedule. And as always, thank you very much for watching. And I will basically... Oh, hold on. We got a new vehicle. Just the Audi, and that's it. Huh. Alright. So, with that, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I will basically see you all in the next episode. Bye!